Portugal. There's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and of course the Portugal Club, where we will go for citizenship test question number 93, everybody. Number 93 this morning, and it's to do with surfing and surfing beaches here in Portugal. And obviously your mind goes to the most notable of those, which is one of the options, but is it or is it not the right answer this morning? How are you? I hope you had a great weekend. Lovely to see you, Mr. and Mrs. Duck on Friday. What a lovely... wrong mic. Talking. Producer T-Duck is all over it this morning. Yes, I could hear that something was a little bit amiss this morning. How about if I try one? Yeah, how about that? Is that sounding any better? Sounding very low and echoey. That should be better. I have been tidying up in the attic and making this a nicer space to be in. And yes, there are always so many variables, and something like that can often go wrong. Thank you very much for that. All over it this morning. Thank you very much indeed, Matty and T-Duck for your help on that this morning. Bon dia, alegria. T-Duck recovering from the passing of Bob Weir of Grateful Dead. And I have to say, thank you for your introduction. I know you're a big fan or you're a Deadhead. I think that's the name of the collective noun, isn't it, of fans of Grateful Dead. And for some reason, I've never really known very much about the Grateful Dead. I've known they're a big favourite of yours. And perhaps when we did our music show together, we might have played some, although maybe not. And I was just listening this morning to some of your suggestions, and I've missed out. I really have. I had a completely different idea about the genre of the Grateful Dead, probably from the name, actually. And it was lovely to listen in this morning to the beauty of the music. So yeah, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Bob Weir, and thank you for all the beautiful music, which I feel I need to catch up on. So thank you, and your commiserations, condolences to all Grateful Dead fans this morning around the world. I'm going to be writing about music actually in the big bands that are coming to Portugal this coming year. It's a good year for music, for big bands that are coming and celebrating local and national music, of course, and Antonio F helping us to do that in the Portugal Club if you want an introduction to Portuguese music. But a pretty good year for bands coming. It's as though more bands are including Portugal on their Spanish or European tours. So a loss there for Grateful Dead fans, and a better year ahead, I think, for music, live music, for the greats that are still move among us, literally. Not a true Deadhead, says T-Duck. I only saw them about 50 times. I have friends who saw hundreds of shows. That's amazing. Seeing a band 50 times, I cannot in any way compete with that. I don't think I've seen any band even more than once. I don't think I have. But then again, I am more of a fan of the recorded genre and recordings and singles. Really, I love singles more than albums, and more than albums, more than live music. Strangely enough, right? Big bands. I'm not talking about big bands as in Sid Lawrence and Glenn Miller. No, I'm talking about bands that are famous and popular. Thank you. Bit panicky this morning, Matty. Good to see you, mate. How's the temperature over there at Quinto Andragos? Yes, talking of you, mentioning you, and Matty's thermal tip. Who doesn't like a thermal tip first thing in the morning? Number of things to share with you this morning before Bob and Viv join us. One of which over at the Portugal Club is the official meme now, and a little posting this morning following on from our discussion about how to keep warm in the winter time here in Portugal for the damp that no one really can. Even if people did tell you, you probably wouldn't believe them before you got here. It's something that I'd never really imagined. I couldn't compute that Portugal might be so cold, but not only so cold and wet in the winter, but damp as well. And no sooner did we start moaning about that than solutions came forth. And I'm glad to report there is an official meme now from Good Morning Portugal. Morning to you, Mel. Hugh says Long John season is November the 1st, or the first frost of the year, through to April the 1st. Changed and washed weekly, of course. Now, it's still a long way to go to the 1st of April, January, February, March. My goodness. That's how long we can all celebrate together. And as I said, I must put that in the Portugal Club calendar when the Long Johns go on and when they go off, and a link to the to the wonderful decathlon offer. Decathlon Long John 690 for those who might want them. That's over there at the Portugal Club. Few memes to share with you. Thank you, Kate. You've been busy over there with a Kate, a Bryant, but I'm sorry, Bryant, a Bygrave bonus. We'll have a Bryant bonus tomorrow. The Portuguese will be with us tomorrow. Bob and Viv with us today. We will have a look at who's who in Sunday's presidential. The last of many elections over the last year period. Going back in this last 12 months, we've had every kind of election. And we culminate with the presidential election. We'll have a look at the runners and riders. A massive snakeskin. I don't know if you like a massive snakeskin first thing in the morning. And mention of Katia Lima's wonderful blog going back to 2023 and fighting off wintertime sickness the Portuguese way. Quite a few people seem to be struggling with seasonal colds and flus, and the usual shock and awe messages coming from the hospitals, the health department. Are these vaccinations working or not, I wonder? More people than ever seem to be suffering from flu-type illnesses at this time of year, despite the massive number of vaccinations and warnings and constant reminders to get them. Something doesn't quite compute there. So we might need other methods, including Katia Lima and fighting off wintertime sickness the Portuguese way. And I see a Dr. Bayard lozenge as part of her arsenal of approaches to helping keep us healthy in the winter. While we're over at the Portugal Club, of course, we'll do the Portuguese citizenship test question as well this morning. A surfing related. What's that in my throat this morning? A surfing. I thought I'd done a really. Do you know what? I think it's cleaning products up here in the attic. Lots of dehumidification, a little bit of black mold clearance that tends to suddenly appear. And with the use of all the cleaning products, it's giving me a little bit of a tickle this morning. Morning to you, OLP. Thank you for that lovely exchange in our private chat at the Portugal Club this morning. Peace and love to you all, Gumpers. What a lovely greeting this morning. Morning, Mike, as well. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Certainly did. Fitted a cat flap yesterday. A few jobs around the house. Yesterday, I really got a lovely. It was a second Christmas with the ducks on Friday, and I was working. I was on the desk at the real estate agency, doing my work experience as the tea boy there, on my own actually, pretty much all of Saturday. And it was nice. When I'm in there, I invite people locally to pop in and have a chat, and it was lovely. A few people did. Made a new Canadian friend as well. Putting the world to rights for about half an hour. She only popped in to speak to somebody else as we sat down and we're yakking half an hour, as in talking. 30 minutes later, I think, if not more. So yeah, if ever I'm there and you're popping by or you're in San Martino de Porto, do come and see me and have a coffee together. It's the far gone lullaby sung many years ago. Mama, mama, many worlds I've come since I first left home. I think that's Grateful Dead right there, isn't it? And as we look back at the work of Bob Weir, only one remaining member now, I think. Are there only 3 band members in the Grateful Dead, the main lineup? Am I right in thinking that? T-Duck. To Mike from Matty. Mais ou menos, I build a temporary quick and dirty weather protection for my generator. What did you use? Canna? Did you fashion a roof out of the very fecund and fertile canna leaves that look like bamboo here in Portugal? I wonder. Morning to you, Gemini. Carl, pick of the weather protection in your WhatsApp if you want to share it. Yes, I do. I was doing a little bit of building work myself. Something really infuriating. I found a bit of roadkill, a nice bit of furniture that was left by the bins. I'm not averse to a little bit of dumpster diving. And I picked up a massive IKEA bed base that I saw when I was out walking the dogs. Got Mrs. M, put the balaclavas and the beanie hats on, went out in the car. and got it like really late at night, looking like a couple of, well, I don't know what, robbers, basically. Oh my goodness, Matty, that is very improvised. If you want to, if anybody else wants to send in pictures of their, are you expecting another storm, Matty? My goodness, why suddenly are you protecting your generator like this? I wonder. What is storm of the week this week? That's a great picture behind me, by the way, as well. Where is that? Does anybody know? Can you identify it? The umbrellas are not the best sort of giveaway because there are quite a few towns in Portugal that have the umbrellas now. But these particular umbrellas have a special kind of handle that you'll only find in one city in Portugal. Have a look, zoom in when I go back to big screen, and you'll see for yourself. Yeah, Matty. Yeah, I get you here. And a good storm will wash down your tarpaulin. Who doesn't like their tarpaulin washed down first thing in the morning? Yeah, it does. It looks like if I take your comment off the screen, it's probably best that that is covered up. That you are protecting your for what's that for? You are protecting those electronics there. And why the haste with that? Look at your lovely stone built building there. Fantastic. Right, let's have a look then. Thank you for all your technical help already this morning. And let me just come back onto the screen. We'll go back to the port in just a moment. How do I get rid of this now? You'd think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? Pressing all manner of buttons. There you go. Hello. There you are. Go back to the Portugal Club with the Portuguese citizenship test question that's related to surfing this morning. Few more of your comments. Let's catch up a little bit before we do that. Yeah, Gemini's here, Mike's here as well, and the microphone is now sorted out. With the Grateful Dead, every show was completely different. Isn't it lovely when a band takes that much care to entertain you? Temperature currently 8 degrees in central Portugal. Have you got a weather station there, Matty? And can we have a link to it? Have you got a Wunderground weather station? Because I know we had that on the Silver Coast with Phil. And who else did we have? I can't remember now. Was it you, Matty? Bon dia from a snowy Sweden and Stockholm. Pictures, please, Anna. Good morning to you. Bon dia from Anna in Stockholm, Sweden, in Portugal, currently in Sweden. I bought several sets of thermals at Decathlon over the weekend. Haven't tried them yet. They're still drying. Okay. Do you wash your smalls before you wear them for the first time? Is that something you do? I do know people who do that. I'm happy to put things on straight from the shop, but I guess there probably are a few toxic residues. Maybe there are. Certainly there are after they've been worn with the long johns, I suspect. If you've been on the Feijoa and that sort of thing. But yeah, do you wash your clothes before you wear them then? Fight that cold with lemon, honey, tea, and vitamin C. Do vaccinations work? Yes, for the company. You cynical so-and-so, Matty. Do vaccinations work? Yes, for the company that produced them mostly. You rascal. Exactly. You don't want to get caught up in their system. A patient cured is a customer. All right, easy, everybody. Vaccines do not prevent the flu. They minimize the severity of the symptoms. Mike, that doesn't seem to be working either. I know people who've really been stricken this year, loving watching the monks walk for peace. Well, where are you doing that? That's the first I've heard of monks walking for peace. Where's that happening? Only the original drummer, Bill Kreutzmann, is still alive from the Grateful Dead. Mickey Hart, the other drummer, is still alive, but he wasn't a founding member. Oh, they like Adam and the Ants with two drummers, both on stage at the same time. Exactly, and my pain therapy is the opposite. I never have to treat people for the same pain again after the initial treatment, maximum of 3 visits. Terrible business model, very ethical practitioner, but a terrible business model. Why did I build the protection? Well, the tarp I used before has disintegrated, and water and electricity is not a match made in heaven. Jerry Garcia died in August 95, more than 30 years ago. And when you first mentioned 95 to me yesterday, T-Duck, I was thinking 30 years. No, it can't be. Yes, 31 years ago. There was a massive memorial ceremony in Golden Gate Park. I was there. How lovely. We wash everything before we wear it. Fair enough. Yes, Carl, I got a weather station and Wunderground profile similar to Phil's, and we'll send you the link. Oh, nice one. We should do that. We should use that more often. Thanks, mate. I'll stick it on our weather page, the connection there, the link. Yes, 2 drummers for almost their entire run. Mickey was a friend of Bill's and joined soon after they started playing. Well, there you go. Grateful Dead. Lots of love to all you dead hitters this morning all around the world. Let's go back to the Portugal Club then and look at the citizenship test question. 93, as we await the arrival of Bob and Viv. Let's make sure they've got the link to join us, because it's going to be embarrassing if they don't. Present or invite guests. That's what we need for those two. They'll be joining us soon. And Monks Walking for Peace. I'm intrigued by that. And thank you, Matty, for your link to your weather station. Winter swimmers in Sweden. Oh my word. They look so well wrapped up. It would be madness to take off all those wonderful clothes, those warm clothes to go swimming. They look bonkers, do they not? Okay, let me send the link to Bob as well, if I may, bear with for a moment. Yeah, great pictures. Thank you for your link, Matty, and thank you for your picture there, Anna. Much appreciated. Come on, Link, do your thing. All right, there you go. That's for Bob and Viv, and they'll be joining us, I think, in a few minutes' time. Right, okay, yeah, and let me just show you the swimmers of Sweden, Stockholm, I believe, this morning. Yeah, massive snakeskin to show you. And thank you, Maya, for joining us over at the Portugal Club in the last few days as well, recent member. 249 members there. If you've not joined the Portugal Club yet, why not join now? And you'll be member 250. Coming, computer acting up. Yes, it happens, does it not? Who wants to see a big snakeskin? Now, the somewhat spooky thing about the snakeskin is Gary Garvo, the great Garvo, has laid his tape measure out next to it at about 4 feet long. He's found the snakeskin, but not the snake. Isn't that rather spooky? And the snakeskin, I don't know if he brought it in from outside into the house, or he found the snakeskin inside the house. You don't want to wake up in bed with that next to you, do you? Right, okay, Portugal Club then. And let's go to Portuguese citizenship test question 93. Which coastal town is known for its surfing beaches? Wait a minute. Like Supertubos, okay? So you might be forgiven for thinking it's Nazaré, which is, I think, fair to say the most famous surfing beach in Portugal, but not for everybody, right? It's not everybody's surfing cup of tea. I think you need a little bit of experience to go out on those enormous waves in Nazaré. So is it Nazaré? Is it B, Peniche? Or is it C, Ericeira? Some people like to say Peniche. I think Peniche. Ericeira C, Peniche B, and Nazaré A. Which coastal town is known for its surfing beaches like Supertubos? That's the clue, Supertubos. Right. Now, if I type snakes into the search bar of the Portugal Club, you will see over at the classroom, there are a number of entries. There's my wonderful video of a snake that I disturbed in a lake, as in snakes, snake in a lake. There's the venomous snakes in Portugal, if you want to find out more about them. And I put Garvo's new picture up at if I play this in the background, you can see a snake fight in Central as well. That came in, was that from Martin? That was sent by Martin. It's a slideshow, but two snakes intertwine. I think, well, it might have been some not interspecies, but not the genres, different kinds of snakes within the species having a scrap, not mating. I don't think, unless it was a male and a female, and male and female snakes look very different. But a ladder snake fighting possibly with a viper there. Yeah, thanks to Beverly and Martin for that. And then looking at this snakeskin here, probably 4 feet long, inside Gary's house. You can see a picture of his left slipper there. Hey, is he doing that thing? Why, while we're about this, actually on a complete tangent now, why outside some Portuguese houses are there bottles of water? Now, they haven't been left there to drink because they're out there in all weathers, and it can't be good for you to be leaving your water in a plastic bottle outside the house. Is it to stop flies going in, or is there some other reason for that? But look at that. That's a shed snakeskin, long and thin, there in Alvagra. Nice one, Gary. And he calls that snake Sid. Doesn't know where Sid is. Hasn't seen Sid for a while, but is seeing the evidence of Sid slithering around the house anyway. So quite a lot of snake action over at the Portugal Club there, including Sid's 4 foot shed skin there. A couple of my own maps and memes this morning. We've got Bygrove's bonus, of course, and a couple that I've posted up this morning. If you care to take a look at these with me. This is a bit of a surprise, actually, for two reasons. Fastest growing religions in each of the European countries. We never know how accurate these are. I think sometimes when somebody puts a credit on there, that adds a little bit more credibility that someone will either take responsibility or get the blame. But look, Portugal, fastest growing religion is thought to be Christianity here in Portugal. But look at Iceland, paganism is growing. What about volcanism? I wonder, is that growing anywhere around the world? But look, yeah, paganism growing in Iceland and Christianity in both Portugal, the Americas facing countries of Western Europe growing in Christianity there, apart from Iceland, which is growing with an interest in paganism. And a little bit of a funny for you. I don't know if this is true, real, and we'll have a quick look at the presidential hopefuls as well in just a moment. This leads nicely onto that. But the Andre Ventura, the Shager T-shirts, what with all his references to Bangladesh, it looks like the T-shirts for the Shager campaign have been made in Bangladesh for the Presidenciais 2026 presidential elections. There you go. Over at the, I'll put a link to that just in case you want to have a bit of fun and send that to anybody who might find that amusing this morning. Subgenius. Oh, a subgenius is talking of two snakes within the same species. Thank you. Or subgenus, I suppose, as well. Andero is here now. Bob and Viv getting ready behind the scenes. I think they found another dog that needs a home. This week's dog to adopt of the month. We'll talk to Bob and Viv about that. They go out to go shopping and they often come back with a new dog sighting. Just going about their business, and they'll find another dog that needs a home. Bon dia to you. How was Friday? I hope everyone had a lovely time on Friday. By definition, a vaccine is to immunize, prevent. If it only is to minimize symptoms, it should be labeled a prophylactic. Yes, something changed, didn't it, with all of that in these last few years? Standing on the moon, but I would rather be with you somewhere in San Francisco on a back porch in July, just looking up. This really gives you a sense of, without any of the music, the beauty, the romance of the Grateful Dead. And for me, a bit of a misnomer, the Grateful Dead. Where does that come from, I wonder? But the name of the band and the sound of the music didn't match in my mind, and that's why I never really gravitated towards them until my beautiful creation this morning. So thank you. I don't know why my camera's coming on and off. Who knows? I'm just looking up to heaven at this crescent in the sky. Beautiful lyrics from the Grateful Dead. Bon dia, Malta, out celebrating a new brother from another mother's 70th birthday. Steve is one of those rare people you meet later in life, just know you'll be betters from now on. Happy birthday, Daddy-o. So many happy returns to Steve, 70 today. Bottles of water stop dogs peeing on your house or yard. I have them. Does it work? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was to stop flies. I wonder if Bob and Viv know that. So if you put bottles of water outside your house, it stops dogs peeing in that vicinity. Catholicism or Christian religion? It's probably evangelical Christianity, I would suspect. And subgenius. Oh, it's not the description of the snakes. Although there's, we're not a million miles away, are we? Subgenius is a religion. I've never heard of that until this morning. We'll look at the presidential runners and riders when Bob and Viv have joined us on screen. Let's give them a nice big round of applause now. And say hola, bon dia, alegria.
Hola, bon dia.
Bon dia.
At home, I see. Elephant in the room. How are you doing?
The elephant's in the room. Yes, it is. Yeah.
And how is your temperature up there in the north of Portugal, you northern lights, you?
It's not very cold today, but we have severe wind and blowing, and
yeah,
we couldn't see out the windows when we first got up. It's
really gray. Yeah,
but terrible weather.
But it's nice to not just have icicles on my feet when I walk out in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, things are changing, aren't they? It does feel like it's getting milder now. Keep the long johns on, but it's definitely getting milder. Yeah, definitely.
We're definitely living the Portugal dream. Heat the room you're in.
Yeah,
heat the room you're in.
Long johns on all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like an American folk song. Heat the room you're in, like love the one you're with. Heat the room you're in. Yeah. How was your Christmas and New Year? How is New Year celebrated in your part of Portugal? Anything special?
No, and Ponte Lima is kind of we went out with another couple and the whole town was deserted. There was nobody. It was like a ghost town. And we've had this happen before. We knew what was coming.
We knew it would be quiet. They were new in from LA.
Yeah,
so
but
they
thought there'd be a huge celebration. I said, well, why would you be disappointed? But it's not going to be like LA. And but we had a great time. There was one Japanese restaurant open, so we ate there, and then we drove up to Miradoro at a little before midnight, and we had our raisins and our champagne and all of that ready. And when all the fireworks started going off around us, it was gorgeous. I
bet.
Every little village, all the homeowners, everybody, there was just fireworks everywhere. So it was great.
Yep.
I think I might know that Miradoro. Is it the one that gives you the beautiful view of the town and the estuary or the river?
Yes, and the bridge and all that.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, I was up there with John and Owen, I think.
John and Pam,
Oh yeah. Who returned to Ponte de Lima tomorrow? So they've been gone all winter so far. So
well, they've missed the worst of the cold weather by the sound of it. Okay. Well, buono to you, and you had traditional Japanese food to welcome in the year.
It was the only place open.
It was the only place open, and it was really good. I think we might make it a tradition.
Yeah, I just sent you a video there, Carl. On your
thank you.
Yeah, right, so we knew it would be quiet, but
they were gobsmacked. They were like, "Where are all the people?"
Yeah, at home celebrating.
They're at home with their families. That's what they do here.
Yeah.
It is something you have to get used to in Portugal. We have an entirely different population density, so when people come out, it's really obvious. But the rest of the time, it can be extremely quiet, can't it? And I think it was a long festive period with the way the holidays fell, and I think people are not awash with money at the moment. So a lot of people were staying at home, weren't they? It wasn't the vibrant New Year you get sometimes. And the weather, I think Portuguese people are very weather dependent, if you like. Once it gets cold, people do batten down the hatches down there and stay indoors with their families, as you say there.
Yeah, but we have also seen a packed sandlot with literally thousands of people for a concert in the pouring rain. So it depends
on the weather. They don't like the cold, but they don't seem to mind the rain.
That's very true. Yeah,
interesting.
So we drove down there, and it's like, no, we're not going to this concert. It is dumping rain. So
I suppose another lesson to learn is you can never tell, can you? You can't second guess it either, can you? You never know. You never know. Yeah. And are your LA friends coping with that? I imagine it's quite a culture shock. If you were to be going out in LA, you'd be falling over people all over the place, I suspect. Right. How is that for them?
Falling over people.
Well, they had a great time. They thought it was, it's new and different. And it's like, really? It's like this every New Year's Eve? It's like, it really is.
Well, and the feeling of being, for them, it was a feeling of being able to breathe, which is, just calm, So it was a delightful evening. It really was.
If that's what you came here for, how lovely is that? So I think you might have sent your video to someone else this morning, Bob. I've not seen anything turn up yet, but I shall keep an eye on that. Somebody else maybe. No, not a problem. Let's talk about dogs for a minute. A couple of things. The new thing to me is the water bottles. Have you noticed this outside people? Thank you, Bob. Got that now.
No.
Have you seen old plastic water bottles outside people's houses?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. We have heard about it. You were saying for door frames.
One of our tenants that stayed downstairs for a little while, they put a water bottle, because if they left the door open, Gus would visit them over and over, and he would sometimes anoint the door door frames as
On
he
the
went
way
in
in.
or went out. So they put a bottle of water on each one, and he never did it again.
Yeah,
It
so,
works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We
But I don't
believe
know
him
about
now.
in the yard.
We've not tried it
Yeah.
on the house.
Yeah.
Gus doesn't pee on the corner of the house, and we, contrary to popular belief among the local strays, we try to keep it just to Gus.
They're making it difficult.
But
Yeah.
they do find us. Yes,
It is a peeing contest, literally. Is I think.
can
Well,
be, yeah.
Amazing. More Portuguese folk wisdom, I think, when we look at wintertime sickness cures from Katia Lima, and possibly some presidential runners and riders as well. But I was amused to see you found another stray, possibly.
Yes. He found us. We didn't go looking for him.
Who have you got now? Who's this who's turned up?
We haven't named him yet,
No.
and we're still trying to raise help to catch him.
Yeah.
And he stands outside. He's the saddest looking dog I've ever seen, and he just stands outside our gate.
Do you have a picture of him? I can find one quick. If anybody wants a Portuguese water dog, he's
really nice.
Seems like a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's just afraid. He won't let us touch him, but he's very nice. And he seems to love Gus, which I don't understand, because Gus barks furiously at him when he's here, and he'll go right up to the fence where Gus is and put his nose right on it, right at Gus's face, and it's like, come on, you know you like me. You know you do.
He really wants to make friends, doesn't he? Bless him.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah,
he really does.
Wow. Okay. A Portuguese water dog then. Looks like he needs
partially.
a home.
He's not full.
Okay. All right. Interesting. And where's this video you've sent me then? Where have you guys been?
The one that I just now sent you.
Yeah.
That is our view of downtown. Viv highlights the beginning of the picture, and the Capella right down by the tower wall, the arch in the tower, and that's just a sweeping view of the beautiful emptiness.
Yes.
So,
Let's have a look at Ponte Lima as welcoming in the new year.
Well, there we go. Ah, she's glowing. We are in Ponte Lima on New Year's Eve. This place is party central most days of the year.
Except tonight.
I have never seen this town so dead.
Friends walking up. Yes.
did you hear? I've never seen this town so dead.
That is extraordinary. That is like walking into a quarantine, isn't it? You're like suddenly thinking, clear the area. It's like,
right. It's like, where's my mask?
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, another reason you might say to come, like to enjoy the peace of Portugal. That's a great advert for some, isn't it? Not for others who want to have a Rio style New Year.
Well, down at Expo Lima, they did have a DJ starting at midnight, and they were going to go through till 6 a.m. So,
of course,
after you got through with your party at home, or your parents' party, or family party, or whatever, you could go dance all night. So,
yes,
there was that.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't that you were out at 7 o'clock in the evening, was it? Because
no, it was 10:30.
That was 10:30. 10:30.
Wow.
And so we sat at the restaurant from about 10:45 to 11:45, and then went to a place where we could see, because we heard these pop fireworks around. I think only once been high enough to see some of them. So we just decided, well, we'll take him to this high spot and see what we see, and it was amazing.
It was great.
How many households, because it's literal. And when I was walking Gus the next morning, there were like boxes of firework launching boxes, with the tubes in them, and there was a box that was about almost a foot square, with all these empty tubes and several other boxes around it, where this household had set off their fireworks the night before. So it was a show. It was just a whole lot of little shows, is what it was.
But it made all one big one, because there were no gaps in it. It was just huge. It was wall to wall fireworks.
Yeah.
We had like a 300-degree view. There's only one side we couldn't see off of, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lovely time. That's fantastic. Agreed, Mel. Ponte Lima is so beautiful. Absolutely
It is.
right. Also adding restaurants, if open, are often expensive on New Year's Eve. So locals here have parties in their
They
home.
do.
These
Yeah,
these prices
they
were the
do.
same.
They were the
So,
same.
Yeah,
We
no.
went out another New Year's Eve, and it was the same way. Nobody there, but there was another restaurant open, and we'd made a reservation. And we had our party hats on and all that stuff, but we were practically the only ones there.
Yeah.
And so we knew it was going to be empty.
Yeah. So
I enjoyed seeing their faces when they saw that it was empty, because I knew they weren't expecting it.
yes.
If you want a quiet New Year's Eve, and but to be able to enjoy fireworks from Miradoro, come to Ponte Lima next year.
That's
But then
right.
again, it might be completely different. You just, like I said before, you can never tell. This is interesting regarding fireworks in the Netherlands. This is the last year that people could buy fireworks. It is banned now, and only professionals can use them. That sounds rather
Yes,
draconian.
we heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I
Can
think
I
they've
won-
done that in Spain as well.
So
Really?
that again,
Really?
I heard that they had done it in Spain. I can't prove it, but that's
it's
what I
not
heard.
going to happen here in Portugal, is it? There's no
No,
way.
it's never going to happen in Portugal.
No,
Correct.
no. But we have. I have started a new tradition for the beginning of the year. I sent you a video the other day of deciding to have a resting, smiling face instead of just,
Yes.
And
Very
it's-
good,
it's-
Bob. And I really liked your video. Yeah,
What's that?
I really liked your video. I thought your video was wonderful. Now, what's brought this about? And are you blogging? Are you video blogging again?
I am, yeah. So, well, okay. I'm making one every day. I don't have 50 subscribers yet, so I can't do it live. So I'm really slow on the uploading them,
Yeah.
So I'm a week behind
Okay.
on uploading. But
Yes.
what brought the inspiration about initially was we were at a hospital do dia appointment for Viv, getting a blood check, some things taken care of. And this fellow sitting across the way from us, across the waiting room, just got a grin on his face. And he's talking with his wife, and I'm thinking, and he's looking at his phone. I'm thinking, well, he's just intrigued. And then I saw him later down the hall and just walking along, and he had a grin on his face. Wow. And I started to think of Gary Austin, always got a grin on his face. He's just always smiling. And then I thought of another friend up here. She's from Netherlands. She's always smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was that same day or next day, I was walking across the plaza downtown, and I thought this lady was trying to get my attention to wave. And no, she's just smiling as she's walking along. And I thought, I like that. So for me, this is the year of the smile, and I'm challenging people to smile. And so that's my video blog. And it took, how when you're at one of the karaoke nights and you've been grinning so long, your cheeks hurt,
Yeah.
So after about the first day, my cheeks kind of hurt, like I'd been at a party. And the second day, it was becoming more normal. And so it's a conscious effort. It's definitely a conscious effort. And so the second day, it became more of a normal feel. And Gary reminded me, he says, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Mm-hmm.
And so the third day, it started to just be very relaxed. And so, yeah, that's my start to the New Year video challenge on at Bob and Viv is the channel, but it's
we
like,
only need like 12 more people.
And I can do live.
We can go live.
I'd love you to be able to do that. So let's see what we can do to help this morning. If you could subscribe.
Well, the one I sent you is like 4 minutes long, so I don't know you want to play all that. But
I've got something of 1.5 minutes, which
okay.
I'll
scary.
I'll finish the show with that, if that's all right. And I think it's you. I think it's you having a chat. I think it's one of your public videos. It's nothing that you've sent me by.
Okay.
And interestingly, I think something does happen to your physiology if you smile.
It does. It affects other people. When they see you smile, they can't help but smile too.
Yes, yeah. Are there any people who look behind them, or I mean, I find that because I do.
There are some, yes. If you're smiling, they're looking around and say, "Who are they smiling at?" You know?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, hi, yeah. And I think the Portuguese resting face generally is not necessarily very animated or smiley, is it? So you're going against the cultural current a little bit.
Well,
it's okay.
But then it's like
it may take the rest of our lives, but by golly, we'll have everybody smiling.
It's like buying a red car in Portugal. Yeah. At first, you feel like the only one, and then the next thing you know, you're seeing there are several red cars.
Yeah,
and I think the smile is kind of the same because I'm noticing a lot more people with a smile than I would have thought before.
Yeah. So. No, well, I'm not seriously. I mean, I'm not in no way criticizing or wanting to detract from the power of what you're doing there. It's just my own experiments in smiling at random Portuguese people have not always gone.
They won't even look at you sometimes.
Yeah,
they just will,
and I'm sure
they look away like, why are you smiling at me? I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. It's almost like a right you have to earn.
Yes.
Rather than something you can just do automatically. But I mean, I think a lot of cultures are like that. Yep, same with yawning as well. And so the year of the smile. Then thank you for sharing that with us. That sounds wonderful. Many years ago, we spent New Year's Eve in Spardam on our friend's houseboat. The fireworks started around midnight and last most of the night. We could see them all around 360. Never forget.
Oh wow,
that'd be
amazing.
Private fireworks been banned in Australia for 40 years, and you're not allowed to let cats out, are you? You've got to have a catio or something, or catic, I think, in Australia. What wild cats are, as in you can't let your cats outside. I heard, which is bizarre. When I was living in Amsterdam, each year the fireworks started in October and lasted till February almost every day. So if you abuse something, it will be forbidden at some point. The grown-ups will step in. Think of all the bodies you haven't discovered. Morning, Pete.
No.
Having a little pop at Matty there this morning. Right, if we may, we've got a presidential election coming up. Are there lots of posters? Are there signs of this up where you are in the north?
Oh yeah,
yeah, there are.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and one that really irritates me because it's been done on an overpass as you come up to a bridge roundabout. Yeah. And so you can't see who's coming around the roundabout as you're coming up the hill because there's a great big political poster across it.
And which one is it who's really not very considerate about road safety? Is it this fellow?
I couldn't tell you.
Don't know who it is. I don't know.
Well, we've got one of these on roundabout.
Yeah,
I think he likes roundabouts. He might like roundabouts. Coutrin, as he's known, he overlooks one of our roundabouts. Looks nice in the day, but he's got a black background. Looks a bit scary at night. So he's one of them as he's staring down at you on the roundabout. So João Coutrin Figueiredo, let's just call him Coutrin. That's why they call him that. Seguro as well, another kindly faced president.
Yes, he is.
This is what I'm looking for from the kind of grandfather of the nation, kindliness. Yes. And another grandfather.
He's downright happy. Yeah.
Look at that smile. Yeah.
He copied Bob there, I think, with the year of the smile, and not so much of a grandfather. A young upstart among presidents, possibly. So he might be. He's certainly one of the runners and riders. And I'm seeing here for some reason chemical castration. Jumped out at me from the text here. Oh, that's one of Andre Ventura's policies. It's definitely going for the populist vote there. And Gouvier Mello, the vaccination spearheader, ex-military man, the other one. So, yeah, I mean, he looks a little bit more serious, but I guess, years in the military might have made him so. And then the other sort of more grandfatherly characters here. Anything you're hearing from Portuguese friends on who might be victorious next Sunday?
No.
We haven't heard a peep. Nope.
Nobody we know is talking about it.
How about you? What are you hearing?
When I've been in the Expats Portugal webinars and I've got my Portuguese BFFs, who have the finger on the pulse, it was like we're living in the times of that couldn't happen, and which is what the likes of Nuno and Gilda have been saying about Ventura becoming president.
Yeah,
it's like. That. Well, actually, it might. No. But there is that sort of bit of doubt now. And that's a concern among some immigrants, of course, the sort of quite obvious anti-immigration stance of Ventura. But they think Cotrin stands quite a good chance, and they like him because he's got some entrepreneurial background. He's had a real life. I think that was one of the expressions they use, and we like that in a politician. Someone who isn't just a career politician, who's lived a real life. Yeah. And we're being told here, I think, by another Portuguese friend that Seguro and Mensch are pets of the corruption system. The sort of thing the Portuguese people say, just like that, right? I don't know if you would say that quite as in such an outright way in the UK, but here we go. We're in Portugal, and those two are being described as pets of the corruption system by Portugal Lifestyle. Right, we definitely need to look at Katia Lima's winter throat cures. I don't know what's happening with mine this morning. State dependent, but yes, cats must be contained within your own property in Brisbane. Oh, amazing. And morning from Colin. Nice to nearly see you on Saturday, Colin. Bob and Viv, we had a 65-kilo dog who would not stop when they were fighting.
It frightens the dogs.
It's awful for dogs.
Yeah, indeed. Mensch found 700,000 euros in the bank account, and he didn't remember why there was 700 grand. Smiles are not everything.
Well, why wouldn't he be smiling that he found $700,000?
You find 700 grand in your bank account, you're going to be smiling, aren't you?
I'd smile.
Yeah.
I don't know how it got there.
I have no idea where it came from. But it's in my name, so I'm taking it.
Keep it that, bad boy. Okay, right. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll find out on Sunday who gets that. And let's have a look at Katia Lima's. I think these are folk cures for some of the winter ailments. We like this, don't we?
We are.
Oil of oregano is ours.
Heals just about everything.
Is it? Okay. Good on a pizza as well.
Yes, it is.
And we did have a bit of talk about vaccinations, immunization, and pharmaceutical companies earlier on. It seems that a lot of these folk cures and very powerful natural things do get overshadowed by the aforementioned. So let's see what Katia's saying here. As T-Duck was mentioning, honey, lemon tea, Dr. Bayard cough drops. I'm going to definitely get me some of those today. And cinnamon. You can't move in Portugal for cinnamon, though, can you, to be fair? Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Mrs. M bought some proper, good quality cinnamon. Mm-hmm. And when you open it up and smell it, it's another level compared to what you get in a cafe. You've got your cinnamon for your pastel de natas, and some people put it on their coffee. But when you buy good quality cinnamon, it smells incredible. Like it's going to do you some good. It really is, isn't it?
It actually smells like a spice when it's the good stuff. Yeah.
And that's right. Again, it's like things have changed, haven't they? And you can imagine when the ships were coming back in from the Portuguese exploring overseas, and people smelt cinnamon for the first time. It must have been like a deeply sensuous experience. Right. Talking of, let's see if these are remedies that will really you can feel in your body. The mesinhas, a word that means old wives' remedies, can be used in the context of colds and flu. Bit of vocab for you this morning then. For all types of common sickness like sore throats or headaches, for example. And another common phrase is remedios caseiros, literally homemade medicines. Caseiros is a nice word, isn't it? Chazinho de limão. If you know any old Portuguese ladies and you tell them you have a cold, they're likely to raise their eyebrows, shrug, and tell you muito chazinho de limão, meaning plenty of lemon tea. Another common reply is the above mentioned fruta da época, which is just another way of saying deal with it. Okay, right? Do you ever get the lemon tea?
Get over yourself.
Yeah, man up. Do you ever get the lemon tea, which is made of peel here in
We
Portugal?
Yeah, we do.
it's
We usually
delicious.
add ginger to it as well.
Yeah, I like how they do that in here. I'm sometimes concerned that I'm getting a bit of wax in there. So ideally, you want an unwaxed lemon, don't you, rather than hot wax
Sure.
in your tea.
Yes.
Always makes us laugh, doesn't it? The constipação means something different here in Portugal. The resfriado, constipação. Well, gripe is the Portuguese word for flu. We have other words that stand
Grippe.
for
Grippe.
grippe. Yes,
Yes.
in French, isn't it? Grippe. Grippe. That stand for what in English you call feeling under the weather. Resfriado is one of them, and the other, which often causes a lot of embarrassment, confusion, last is constipação. A lot of Portuguese people tend to make a direct translation and say they're constipated. When that
Your nose is constipated. It can't
Yeah.
It can't breathe.
Yeah.
it makes
There you
sense,
go.
doesn't it? Other end of the body, though. You can
Yes,
imagine the
yes.
reactions this often gets. So next time you're talking to a Portuguese who has a bad case of the sniffles and they tell you they're constipated, instead of making them feel bad about their poor English skills, maybe remember how insecure you probably feel about your own Portuguese skills and try to deal with the situation gracefully.
Yes.
There you go.
Good.
Chá de limão com mel, so the lemon tea with honey, and of course, honey. Do you buy local honey?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Well, actually, we buy the
dark
Xeresh
mountain
honey,
yeah.
the dark mountain honey.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I really like dark honey, and so we always look for that says either Estrella or Xeresh on it.
Right.
And so
Okay.
that's typically
We
what
have a
do.
lady at the market who always has it, so we get it from her every
Yeah.
time she's there.
And Filomena's honey is amazing.
Yes,
and it is
we have some of
definitely dark.
hers. It's very good.
Very dark. Yeah. I mean, what an amazing woman. The family
Yes.
makes honey as well.
I
We've
know.
got a request here. Where do you get your oil of oregano or oregano, Bob and Viv?
Yeah, we have.
I
we
can
s-
make it.
Yeah, we still have some
yeah.
from the U.S., but we.
But you can
we
get
can
it at
make
health
it.
food stores. You can order it on iHerb and get it with no problem here.
Okay.
But make sure you don't get oregano oil because that's full strength and will set you on fire. So you have to get oil of oregano.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Good clarification. And so it's diluted.
It's about 30% oregano oil.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't drink that stuff straight and be ready with a drink of water.
Yeah, it's a couple 3 drops
under
the
your
tongue and
let it stay as long as you can stand it and then drink some water.
Drink some water.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's oil as in like a cooking oil, and then there's an essential oil which is more medicinal.
Oil of oregano. Yes. So
This
it
is
is the mix.
It's the mix
of a carrier and the essential oil.
Oil of oregano is the one you want.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. And iHerb, are you going to face taxes and duties when that gets sent in? Is that a problem?
Well, it's EU.
Oh, is
It's
it?
from
Okay.
it's from the EU. So no,
Right.
I don't order anything from the States. Good Lord, that's the most. Just don't.
Don't do it.
I've had so
Don't
many
do
bad
it.
experiences with people trying to send me things.
Yeah.
So I just told them, don't mail anything ever again. Don't do it.
Yeah. The essential oil costs you €20, and the taxes cost you €80.
Yes.
Do that. Talking of honey, I think one of the things I didn't mention, I wrote an article for Expats Portugal about things you don't know and you can't possibly know when coming to Portugal, like the damp. And to wear long johns and these sorts of things. And something I forgot to mention is I think most people get a little bit of a sickness on arrival, don't they? You know, your body's adjusting, isn't it, to the new whatever pathogens or microbes locally. Honey is a really good way, I think, to get to grips with that, isn't it? To get some of that local, whatever it's called, health biome inside you. Have some local honey is a good way of dealing with that, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, and for allergies too.
Yeah, it's good for allergies.
Yes.
We had not had COVID at all until we got here, and 3 weeks later we had COVID. So
Yeah. And I think your body's at a bit of a low. There's a lot of stress involved in moving, so it can you drop your defenses. So be prepared for that as a possibility. And allergies, yes, and that's why people used to eat a little bit of local soil. I think when they arrived in a new place. I don't know anyone who's done that. Have you? Yes,
I haven't eaten any dirt, no, but it's a good idea. It's got all the microbes and things in it. It'll start your body, start naturalizing in in your body. So it's a good idea.
That's an old one I hadn't heard, but
just don't go to the pasture to get it.
Be careful where you're picking your local dirt.
Yes.
And another way is to kiss the ground as you get off the airplane. But again, the Lisbon airport tarmac probably isn't the cleanest.
No,
to improve your microbiome.
Probably won't cure much either.
I try to find the most local dark honey. So good tip.
Allergies,
The darker the better, it would appear for some of us here. Gripe water therefore meant flu water. It was great as it was about 40% proof. Getting babies to sleep. And it's Chris's birthday,
Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris. What are you up to? Freezing in the UK? Oh no, it's freezing in the Algarve instead. That's got to be better.
Happy
birthday, mate. Happy birthday to you as well from Pete. Welcome home, mate. Welcome home. Isn't that lovely? The behavior of people on airplanes is getting worse. Here he is moaning about public transport again. Curtis Mayfield was on my flight last night, aka I'm your pusher man. During the boarding process, he kept trying to push past Rima loads of times last night. Chris, it's been far too long since we saw you. You'll have to come and help us with our wine lake. That's a great invitation, isn't it? And laugh of the day, Insta guy vlogging about going to his first Portuguese lesson. Owner forgot the building keys, lesson cancelled. Welcome to Portugal. Yes. Come on, there's always next week. Honey from the farm is really nice, says Gemini. I love honey on my toast. Yeah, great. Making quinine from grapefruit and lemon peel works a treat for cold and making your own quinine. Yeah, Mrs.
It's very good for muscle cramps too.
Yeah, but where do you find grapefruit here? We have a hard time finding grapefruit.
Yeah.
Do you? Well, okay. Yeah. Lovely ruby grapefruit for Christmas this year.
Down south, because I can't find a grapefruit tree up here to save me. And they're not in the grocery stores.
Right.
Or not anywhere that I can find. So
okay. Well, if you've got a grapefruit, you've got Continent, haven't you? I think Continent is where we have found grapefruit in the past. The link, we've been chatting so much, the link to Katia's work about wintertime sicknesses, the Portuguese way, is going in the chat. You can catch up with that yourself. But she talks about aguardente, red wine, gemada. I don't know what that is. A tonic, a tonic. Rebostados de mentol. We love those, like the Bayards. So lots of lovely folky cures there. Red wine being one of them. How about that? That's a great thing. And we will finish today with your video, then, Bob, which I think is one of your out and abouts walk and talks. Okay. Please subscribe to Bob and Viv's channel. We want to see Bob going live on there.
It's at Bob and Viv.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
The other thing is, you might have mistaken some of the grapefruits here for oranges. They are quite like a big Jaffa.
Maybe so. I'll
good help. Thank you.
The Toranja. Finding grapefruit in Portugal, just plant the tree next to your orange tree. Yeah, it only take 20 years to fruit, so you should be fine with that.
We're amazed sometimes how quickly some friends have planted a fruit tree and
they're a foot tall and they've got like fruit. 6 fruits.
So it can happen quickly.
It can happen quickly for sure. Yes, rather than being overwhelmed by 6,000 oranges on a well-established tree that no one seems to eat. In the end, we want the sweet spot in between, a happy medium, don't we? We'll finish with your video, Bob and Viv. But have you got a message for us as we go into the new year here? Not only to have a resting, smiling face, the year of the smile. Anything else for it?
Smiling face, yes. No more resting bitch face.
Hey, Hugh.
That's old. That's over.
Yeah,
it's over. Sorry,
you nearly made me spit my water there. Any other words of wisdom or messages for us?
Oh, I don't know. The smile is just. I mean, it's we get what we expect.
We do.
Oh,
You get
yes.
what you
Guess
put
that
out,
would be my
so, yeah.
words for the new year. You get
Yeah.
what you expect, and so we just look for the best, and it just keeps coming our way. And we're
How about that?
extremely grateful.
I'm
Extremely
glad I asked you for a nugget of that kind. Fantastic. You get what you expect, and it helps perhaps to wear a smile. And that can get you in all sorts of lovely trouble as well.
Yeah.
Bob and Viv, muito obrigado. I'm agreed with you here, Hugh. Hugh with the Long John advice.
Hugh.
Sending very best wishes to Bob and Viv. Thank you so much, both of you. See you again next month. Nice big round of applause for you. Have a great week.
Bye. Bye.
Good morning. It's Bob with Bob and Viv in Portugal on the 11th of January 2026. I'm out here with my buddy Gus doing our morning thing, continuing to daily consider what it takes and or what it's like to have a smile as a natural state of being, as a resting face. And so, something today that really made me smile was a video by Dr. Samuel B. Lee talking about sound and words and energy. And he made a statement that really made me smile that I'm going to pass on to you, obviously. That statement is that every word we speak is either a spell or a spark of resurrection. How's that for a concept? Have a great day and keep smiling.